Hi and welcome back to Powerwash Adventure, and there's actually been an update since the last time I was in here, but I'm just going to sneak a look under my, let's have a look. Can you see my hand and looking under my nose? Yeah, you can see my hand, but what you can't see is the menus that are above, so they haven't fixed that problem yet. Also, I'm just going to go into settings and see, is there continuous movement, turn angle, turn mode, snap, smooth. They added smooth turn. They have, and it's incredibly slow. Seriously. Let's just try this again. Smooth turn. And oh, turn speed. You can't see this. Let's see how far. So it's between 1 and 10. Okay, that's 10. That's better. Okay, there's smooth turn now. Fairly sure that wasn't there before. So that seems to have been added at least. But the menus, you're still not going to be able to see them, unfortunately. So you're just going to have to trust me that they're there. So at the moment, in front of me is the news van, come back. News van, robot, and truck, forklift, and UFO. So I did truck last time, so I'm going to do forklift this time. Right. Hopefully you can see a forklift. Yes, you can. Let's just go for it, I guess. I've forgotten the... There we go. So yeah, as I say, there's been an update. I think there were some patch notes, but I actually can't remember what they said. They obviously haven't fixed the menus not showing in the preview or anything like that. Looks like it's still dirty. Is that... Oh! That looks like it's still dirty and it isn't cleaning up. That's interesting. We'll come back to that. Oh, hang on, I just realised you can't see it, but as I point at a thing, there's now, let me just check, where's the gun? Okay, you can't see it in the preview window. There's actually a bit of hover text by the side that's telling me how much I've cleaned, the thing I'm pointing at and how much of it I've cleaned. That's new, I'm fairly sure as well. So they've definitely made some improvements to this. It's just, it's not very recording friendly. So anyway, I tend to use this game now, don't I, to sort of just waffle on about stuff that I've been up to and things like that. So as of the time of recording this, I've been on holiday for a week. I've still got 2 weeks of holiday to go, which is nice. But did have a stinking cold for quite a big chunk of it, unfortunately. So I haven't really done much VR, but what I have done is, as I got a bit better, I have started, I installed and set up the Stanley Parable VR mod, which I've done a couple of sessions in so far, and it's... I've never played Stanley Parable before. I've played Beginner's Guide, as I've probably mentioned before. So I'm kind of expecting things to be a bit mind-bendy, a bit mind-boggly and things like that, for sure. But yeah, the Stanley Parable is definitely intriguing me and delighting me and making me WTF quite a bit and things like that. And I'm really enjoying it. And I'm feeling as well, like never having played it before, I'm feeling like it's sort of the granddaddy of backrooms games. Because I've been playing, I haven't actually played it for a while, just because I've sort of got bored of it. But I was playing one of the VR backroom games, and the Stanley Parable is scratching the itches that game wasn't. There's kind of like this wonderful Lynchian vibe to the whole thing that was almost there with the Backrooms game that I was playing, but just didn't quite do it. and the Stanley Parable, it's kind of got that weird, surreal thing going on that I was really hankering for. And yeah, it's there, and I yeah, don't leave a comment or anything like that with any spoilers or whatever, please, because I've come into it, even though it's a fairly old game now, I've come into it never having played it before, only vaguely aware of its reputation, and every time I think I've sort of got, figured out what's going on, it throws me off in a different direction, and I'm like, what the actual hell? And it's great. I'm thoroughly loving it. And so as I say, I've done 2 sessions, and it probably about 40 minutes each. Yeah, I've probably maybe done about an hour and a half in total so far. Not entirely sure exactly how much. I've got 97% of this, of the actual forklift. Down the side there. There we go, I got that. Getting close now. What am I missing? That tyre's still a bit dirty, I think. And so I think I need to go up top. There we go. So yeah, I'm going to... I don't know if there's an end game condition. I'm going to guess there isn't. So I don't know when I'll finish playing it, but it is my intention to do quite a few sessions over this winter break. I was going to do 1 session each day, but that hasn't quite worked out for a number of other reasons, just because I've been busy with other things as well. Doesn't help the fact that what have I got left to do? Pedal. It doesn't help that weight. What's the weight? This is the weight. What was I saying? I also, just before I actually came on my holiday, bought myself a copy of, is that the weight? Yeah, there we go. Bought myself a copy of Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS5. So I'm like over 30 hours into a playthrough on that now. And I've been streaming that when I play as well. What have I got left to do? Cushion. Is that the cushion? Driver's seat. That says driver's seat. You can't see what I'm seeing. What the hell's the cushion? And there's also, I've not got a warning light. Can we even see a warning light? Okay. Oh. That's a light, but it doesn't look like a warning light. Aha, there we go. Front wheel, so I've got a cushion to go and a front wheel damper to go. The hell's a cushion? That's the seat. There's no cushion on it. What do we think is a cushion? What's the other thing? Front wheel damper. Does it mean the suspension? Let's have a look. So Cyberpunk 2077 is a, there we go, I got that. Is the thing I've been playing. But also, I bought right, I've got a cushion, and I've got 95% of the cushion. Can you give me a hint? Door frame, door frame, there's no door. Wait, tyre. What am I missing? What's the cushion? Oh my god, I've got 3% left of something on here. What was I saying? The other thing that has been taking up a little bit of time is I finally cracked and bought myself a Steam Deck. So I've been getting back into playing non-VR games. Obviously, Cyberpunk 2077 on the PS5 isn't that either. I'm just trying to, as I talk, trying to figure out what this cushion thing is. As I say, you can't see what I'm seeing. So yeah, and also I've been trying to play a different sort of genre of game as well on the Steam Deck. I'm trying to play more kind of quick and easy to play roguelike type things. And actually the one that's really got me enthralled at the moment is Brotato, which is just, I can have 10 minutes of really frantic action in that, and it's great. I never thought that a Steam Deck would make that much sense to me. I mean, I'd originally ordered one when they were first announced, and then gave up my position in the queue when they became available, because I kind of decided, no, I'm really into VR by this point, and I don't want to be spending money on something I'm probably not going to play that often and things like that. But actually, as it's turned out, it's become a great little way of me just gaming briefly and quickly. You know, there's that thing of most of the games I got for the PS5, actually quite a few of the games I've got are still for the PS4. But the few PS5 games I've actually bought, get out of the way, are fairly involved. They're not, they're not things that you can just pick up in a couple of minutes or whatever. And while I have quite a lot of more casual games in my Steam library, firing up the PC and all that kind of stuff and everything, and then potentially waiting for an update for this and that and the other and all that kind of stuff is a real faff. Especially if you just want to, if I'm waiting for something to cook, for example, and I just want to have a quick game of something while something's in the oven. That's not great for that. Hey, there we go, got it. Okay, that was good. Close. Oh no, return lobby. Yes. And the Steam Deck's great for that, because I can still play those kinds of games. But it's like right there and easy to fire up and everything. Right, that was a quickish one, so again, you can't see, but I'm going to do the UFO. Okay, I was expecting that to actually be really huge. Oh, there's, was that like Anubis or something like that I did earlier? This is kind of my favourite, this is my favourite place in this game actually. I just want to go exploring around here. Oh, I just want to go wandering around this landscape. Anyway, yeah, so Steam Deck. It turns out that, because I bought it for myself as a bit of a birthday come Christmas present to myself after a fairly long and busy year. So it was a bit of a treat. A little extravagant, and actually it's so far turning out to be a great idea. I'm highly unlikely to say take it with, will you shut up? I'm busy. I'm highly unlikely to sort of like take it on the bus with me, commuting into work and things like that. It's a little bulky just for that kind of casual gaming. If I was doing longer trips, if I was going on a train somewhere, I'd probably take it, well, I would definitely take it and game with it that way, that kind of thing. but it's probably a little bit bulky to take with me on the bus and game and stuff like that. You just don't get the elbow room half the time, during busy commute times and things like that. So I'm kind of unlikely to do that. I mean, the actual time for doing that is there. My bus journey normally takes about 40 minutes. 30 minutes on a, if I hit the times right and the traffic is being helpful and stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely enough time. Oh, and get rid of this green as well. Well, it's not just the muck, it's the green as well. So yeah, it would definitely work out time-wise. But like, if a bus is busy and it tends to be around commute times and things like that, there's just kind of not the space to be dragging out something like Steam Deck and playing and things like that. I don't know, maybe I will. I might try it once just to see. What surprises me actually about the Steam Deck though is it's not as heavy as I imagined it was going to be. I mean, it's not light by any means, but it's actually really comfortable to hold for a good length of time and play. And the screen is great. The speakers could be better. They're not as good as I hoped they may be. But it's really easy to plug in a decent pair of headphones and then, you know, the gaming experience just sounds great anyway. The other thing I've toyed with is going into desktop mode, but also plugging it into one of my screens on my desk. I have two screens plugged into a Mac Mini. That's my, when I'm working from home, that's my home workspace. I do have a MacBook Pro as well from work, but I only use that out of the office. It's easier just to use my own personal machine for stuff when I'm at home rather than setting up the MacBook Pro with the screens and stuff like that. So yeah, I plugged it into one of my screens using HDMI cable, and that worked really well. So it also makes, you know, the Steam Deck also makes for actually a really great Linux desktop as well, which I actually really appreciate. Now, it wasn't the actual reason. I joked on Mastodon about how I was looking at it because I wanted a Linux desktop machine to test some work stuff on. And I was like 90% joking about that, but it is actually a thing that I will be mucking about with, and I was impressed enough by how well it was working that I've actually ordered a dock for it, so I can... the screens I've got only have the one HDMI input, but they also have DisplayPort as well, and then so if I have one device plugged into HDMI and one device plugged into DisplayPort, I can then just push a button on the front of the screen and it'll swap between the inputs. So my plan is to charge the Steam Deck in a dock, and I'm going to have to get up there. There you go. And then, yeah, use it as a desktop machine just by pressing that button. The nice thing as well is the keyboard I use, a Keychron K8. You can pair it to multiple Bluetooth devices, and you just press like, I think 3, does it do up to 3? I want to say it does up to 3. You can just press function and 1 and function and 2 and so on to swap between your devices. So I was testing that. So yeah, I was able to flip quite easily between the Mac Mini and the Steam Deck while I was working away. So actually it'll make for a pretty good setup, because I'll have casual gaming, you know, casual sofa gaming machine that's just there that I can take off its dock and play with it. I can potentially, well, I can pair an Xbox controller. I got a couple of Xbox controllers I use for the PC and stuff like that. I do actually have a Xbox Series S that I don't really use that much, especially since I got the PS5. So yeah, I got the controller, so I could actually game at my desk if I wanted to. That's not the plan though. But yeah, if I wanted to play something on the bigger screen, but like not on my PC, quite why I would want to do that, I don't know, but that option would be there. But yeah, the setup is such that I will be able to use it in desktop mode as an actual Linux desktop machine, do some Python-y stuff and so on. So I'll get Emacs on there, obviously. Got to get Emacs on everything. Whoa, fell off. Stand there. There we go. Where is it? It's there. So I'll get that going. And yeah, it'll be a good little setup. So yeah, as I say, it was a bit of a treat to myself. But actually it's got some practical uses, and it's getting me into some of the little games and different kinds of games and things like that. It's getting me to try out some of the things in my library that I had just neglected, because the thing is if I do turn on the PC, it's then very tempting to slap the headset on and play something in VR, because I do love gaming in VR. I do find it so much more satisfying generally than non-VR gaming. So if I'm going to fire up the PC, I'm going to be very tempted to actually put the headset on as well and play something there. So actually having a gaming machine that hooks into my Steam library, but which doesn't let me do VR, encourages me to try out some of those different games. So yeah, I tried Brotato, which like I'm massively won over by. I came so close. So if I've understood things correctly, the idea is essentially to try and get to wave 20, and the best I've done so far is wave 19. I've only been playing it probably at this point 4 days, maybe something like that. So I've made it up to wave 19, which was like actually massively exciting. I'm really invested in it, and it's so replayable and so easy to pick up, casually, briefly play, and then come back to it later. Let's just come off there. That I really like it for that as well. There's a lot of muck there. This is actually a lot bigger than I was anticipating. But I'm enjoying this. It's kind of chill. Because I do recognise, I think I said before, I'm just stood here in my living room talking to myself. Totally a thing. It's how we entertain ourselves these days, right? Shut up. What else? So there's a game that's been in my library taunting me, because it's not, I don't think it's at the very top of my library if you're looking at alphabetical order, but it's like almost near the top, and that's Abyss Odyssey. And I don't know why I have it. I suspect it's from a Humble Bundle. Over the years I bought quite a few Humble Bundles where there's been a particular game or a handful of particular games that I've wanted, and then there's been other games in the bundle that I don't own, so I've added them to my library because maybe I'll try them out, and then I've just never got around to trying them out. Yeah, it's just the thing. I'm sure anyone who ever buys a Humble Bundle, I'm sure they've got games like that in their Steam library. And so it's been sat there taunting me, and again it's kind of got that sort of roguelike thing going on, so I thought I'd try it, and I'm fairly terrible at it, but I'm actually quite enjoying it. And again, it's one of those games where I can play it for I can play it for 10, 15, 20 minutes. Excuse me, just a cough. Sorry about that. Suddenly my throat's getting quite dry from talking too much. I can play it for 10, 15 minutes and then come back and pick it up. But in the meantime, I've obviously acquired extra abilities so I can get a bit further in it and stuff like that. But it's nice and casual, which I quite like about it. I need a torch for under here. Can't see what I'm doing. Okay, bottom, it said bottom. I've done 100% of the bottom. That's good. What else? Oh, there was one I was playing yesterday. What's it called? I've forgotten the name of it now. It's... how would I even describe it? You're some character that's in charge of some sort of land yacht kind of thing, and you've got to puzzle your way to how you get the thing going, and it's just, it goes, you know, it's like sideways traversing thing. It reminds me a little bit of oh no, names are escaping me, so this isn't going to be a great explanation, but it reminds me of a little bit of Faster Than Light, in terms of you having to go around and manage your vehicle and things like that. But it's also got that sort of very styled, cartoon-esque, left to right movement style, drawing style, that kind of thing. I've forgotten the name of it. That's actually really annoying. I suppose I could pull the menu up now and look. But I started playing that last night, and that one's won me over pretty quickly. Slightly annoyingly, you can't just pick it up, play a bit, and then put it down and come back later. You kind of have to get to certain save points, it seems. But even then, they're not that far apart, but it does mean I can't go, okay, I've got something in the oven and I want to play until it's ready. I've got to know that I have maybe 20 minutes free so I can get to the next save point, which isn't a great mix with the deck for really casual playing, but right, what we got left? Propeller engine, 23%. I haven't seen a propeller engine. I've got receiver, radiation launcher, and nuclear magnet, ... So there's bits I still haven't got. What haven't I got? I think I got the turrets. Looking for anything that... so I've got some light under here at least. That just say... oh! Nuclear magnet. That's these. So if I... right, got that one. Radiation launcher and receiver. Ah, these are the propeller engines. So I've got a receiver and a radiation launcher. That's a receiver. Okay. Right, I've got a radiation launcher, and that's it. What looks different? That's a radiation launcher. So there's one of those that I've not fully cleaned. Is there anything else I've played on the deck? I did try Zomboid, isn't it? Is it called Zomboid? That's a game I bought many years ago. Many years ago. I actually bought it. I don't think it was even in a Humble Bundle or anything like that. I seem to have played like 15 minutes of it, And I don't know, maybe I just decided it wasn't for me. But I gave that another go last night, and again I played like 15 minutes of it and just decided it really wasn't for me. I can't stand the control scheme. Maybe I can improve that at some point, but it just didn't seem worth... I've got so many things in... there we go. Yay! Okay. That was fun. Let's just close that. I'm going to go back to the lobby in a minute. I just want to admire this. What was I going to say? Yeah, that didn't really work for me. And I've got so many things in my library that are certified for the deck. Probably, I don't know, about 40, 50 games that are certified to run on the deck. And some of those are sort of AAA type things. But many of them are more casual stuff. And then I've got, I don't know, maybe 150 games that will work on the deck at least, it seems, with, you know, certain caveats. So I've got so many games to actually that I can play that there's not really much point in plugging away, trying to play something that actually I'm not enjoying. Oh, I can wander quite far. So yeah, I uninstalled Zomboid or whatever it is. I can see the fun in the game. I can absolutely see the fun in the game, but it just wasn't working for me. And yeah, I've got more fun things that I can be playing. Just looking around to see if there's anything else that is going to be a clean here. Did I do this? I can't remember if I did this. I think I did, didn't I? There's UFO, there's that, there's two of those. I seem to remember I can't make it over to the moon base. Or can I? Nah, that's as far as it's going to let me go. I want to go to the moon base, I want to go and explore the moon base. And I feel there was something else I was playing. What was it? Oh yes, Duke Nukem 3D Anniversary Edition or whatever it was. A game from my... I was going to say a game from my youth, but it's more a game from my 20s or so. Or maybe even early 30s. I can't remember when it came out off the top of my head now. So yeah, I've been played with that a little bit. And also Doom 2. So that there are a couple more games that have made it onto the deck and they've stayed on there because when I'm in the mood for those, they'll be the kind of things that I want to play at some point. And of course, now that right, I'm just going to see what else there is. Oh right, so you can't see it, but there's only one thing left in the main story, which is a ghost house. And it's massive. You can't see it, but it's massive. That's going to be a epic. That's going to be an epic. I just want to see something. I'm facing the wrong way. I got really turned around. Hang on. I need to... Where's my TV? There we go. Right, you can see these models, yes. I don't know if I pointed out before, but there's DNA is incorrectly handed. It should twist the other way. It bothers me. Anyway, yeah. I've waffled and stuff. So there, yeah, as I was saying, there is now one thing left in the main story, which you can't see, unfortunately, but it's a ghost house, and it's a really big house. So that's going to be interesting. Oh, there's a graffiti level. There is a graffiti. I've been wondering about this graffiti thing, and there is a graffiti level. So I will probably have a look at those afterwards. And then there's the dream level. Oh, it's got those two ladies again, which is a slightly unfortunate thing. And then there's a lab, which is a huge spaceship. they look like they're going to be epics. So the house and the spaceship look like they're going to be fairly epic things to do. So they could end up being quite long sessions. Anyway, yeah, this game is still sort of delighting me. It's not really a game, it's more of an experience. It's, as I said, yeah, that Powerwash experience that you can get in VR, but only on the Quest, it seems. Maybe on the Pico and things like that, I don't know actually. But isn't in PCVR, which is really unfortunate, so it scratches that itch. And I do recognise I've got that other free one that's Powerwash thing as well. It's got some fun little mechanics in it. I must try that one out. Gonna have to give that a go. But anyway, from this dip into Powerwash Adventure, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.